1, 2, 3.
Yahoo!
Well, first of all, guys, I have to officially congratulate you because the last time I saw you guys on TV, I think you were accepting a Grammy Award.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Thank you.
I mean, I knew you guys were going to win, but what was
Thanks.
going through your head on that night? You know, you're all so young, you're still relatively new, and you're nominated for it, and then you win a Grammy. That's crazy.
So much was
We were-
going through
yeah.
our head. Yeah. I was going through it. We were
Thankfully,
sitting
it
there.
happened earlier.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
our award, they announced who the winners were before the red carpet and before the actual event. So we were like nervous then, but by the time we were on the carpet and by the time we were like just at the Grammys in general, I feel like we were all just so at ease and just so happy. So we like enjoyed everything. But I think before
Yeah.
we were all just like,
Just sitting there, I was so incredibly nervous because I had all the people nominated were these names I've heard since I was a little kid, and I just had already kind of accepted defeat in my head. But there was something in the back of my mind, like maybe we will win, and we were all just like gripping each other. And when they announced our name, I mean, it was really the best feeling in the world. It was wild.
Did you have a speech prepared, or did you wing it?
Oh my God, I did write down
bullet points.
I didn't want to forget anyone's name because I didn't want to offend anyone, so I had just names written down. But that's it. You can tell I'm nervous when I'm talking.
We're all nervous.
I know they're very elusive and they wear helmets, but do you know if Daft Punk have ever heard or seen this version?
Yes.
Yeah.
Their manager reached out to us and said they really enjoyed it. And that's cool because we love them.
We love
They're
them.
awesome.
They're legendary.
Are you ever going to do another Daft Punk medley or another EDM medley? Actually, you could do.
That would be
Chemical.
cool.
that'd be
We
cool.
honestly should with some
Yeah.
with another do like a disclosure medley. Or
That'd be cool.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that'd be cool.
that would
That's
be
actually
cool.
pretty
That's
amazing.
cool.
You heard it here first.
Right
Debut
here.
it on Yahoo when it
Spot
happens.
yeah.
But obviously you have a new album now. You're known for these covers, like the Daft Punk covers, but now you're sort of taking a little bit of a risk. You are doing an album that's mostly all originals.
Yeah.
So I wonder why you feel this is the time to do that. You've done originals before, but why this is the time to fully go for it?
It's just
It just feels right.
it feels right. We have so much to say as an artist. Like we've been doing covers for so long, and we've had a lot of success with it, and it's been amazing. But now we want to show like we can write music, and we have something to say, and it's been so much fun. I mean, like in a month, 2 months, we wrote 40, 50 songs. We were extremely prolific, and we were so inspired, and it just kind of breathed a new life into the group.
What's harder to do? Rearrange someone else's music, a cappella in your style, or start from scratch and do your own song?
Start
from
definitely
scratch.
starting.
Sure.
The
Well,
hilarious vote.
once we have the song, it's like doing a cover song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found this way of doing it where we write the song. It can be on guitar, on piano, and then we take that once it's done and pretend it's a song that already existed, and
Yeah.
and then rearrange it.
What do you start with? Do you start with the beatbox? You start with the lyrics? What do you start with?
Different
It
every time.
depends on each person, yeah.
Yeah, he'll come into a songwriting session and be like, I have this beat, let's go with it, and then we'll like figure out melodies. Or someone will come in with a chorus, and then we'll flesh it out.
Is there any trepidation about the fact that, you know, before you sort of gained your fan base doing covers of songs that people know and love, but now you have to make people know and love your own songs?
Right.
Yeah, totally. It's a very vulnerable thing because it's something that we've started from scratch, and I don't know, it's hard.
It is scary. I mean, when you do
It's risky.
something for so long that people love, and then you kind of switch it up, you never know if people are gonna be like, oh, they're not them anymore, I'm out. But the thing is,
It is the most us.
Our fan base is so loyal, and they love everything we've done, and we'll always still do covers. We've been releasing covers as well, and so I think that it'll be received well, or at least I hope.
How has the reception been? We have to talk about the fact that you went on tour with Kelly Clarkson.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a lot of people in the audience who knew and loved you, but it wasn't necessarily your audience. How did you go over with that crowd?
Oh man.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
They seem to
cool.
enjoy
Yeah, I
it.
feel like
Yeah.
they really enjoyed us. I think that they are fans they're fans of Kelly for a really good reason, because she's very real and she's a singer, and I feel like we're kind of the same type of thing, we're real, we are ourselves, and all we do is sing. And so, they really received us well.
And it was such a fun show too, because at the beginning there was a lot of people who didn't know who we were, and they were just kind of like skeptical. And then throughout, you kind of saw people start to become fans of us. And then at some of the shows, we even got a standing O by the end. And so it was a really exciting thing for us to feel like we were proving ourselves.
Yeah, it's just a great match.
Did you and Kelly bond at all over the fact that you're both winners of singing competitions?
Yeah, and the Texans too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of bonding that happened. She is so nice.
She
and
is
she's
so
so like
nice.
chatty and fun. She would come into our dressing room and just tell all these stories. And like it was really cool. And she makes a point to introduce herself to every person in the room and like get to know everyone. It's really cool.
Did you know she was pregnant when she announced it at that
No,
LA
we
show?
had no idea.
Not a single person in the world knew.
And then we all heard, and we were like, oh my god.
I know.
Yeah, I was like dancing on stage when we sang with her, and I like turned to her and I was like,
That's awesome. What lessons did you learn from her? Because she's been in this business a long time. She's had a bunch of pop hits, and she's also come out with the reality TV thing as well. Like, did you learn anything from her? Sort of, did she mentor you in any way on the road?
I mean, I think that she is like the perfect role model for anyone getting into business. She has stayed true to herself. She's been extremely successful, and she's so nice. And she leaves it on the stage every single night. Like, it's just such a beautiful thing. She does not mark her voice. She does not mark her heart. She just gives everything to her audience, and it's just such it's a really amazing thing to see every night.
it is cool. And it's awesome too that she like didn't have the like perfect family life exactly, but that she sings these songs like Stronger, and she talks about all
Piece
these
by piece.
stories and piece by piece, and
Kills me.
she just inspires so many people, and I
Yeah.
think that's really, really amazing.
Going back to this album, I was listening to it the other day. I love it, and it's got a real kind of, I don't know if the word is Motown, but it's got kind of this old soul feel to it. Is that what kind of feel were you going for with this album? Were you trying to sort of do that kind of R&B feel? It's very R&B, more than maybe I thought it would be.
It's something, I mean, R&B and throwback music, specifically like 90s R&B and pop,
Yes.
is something that we really enjoy.
We're all inspired by.
And I think we unconsciously, or subconsciously, I think we were asleep. I think we subconsciously, it came into our music because we just love it so much.
Yeah.
And that style was purely vocal most of the time, and so are we. So
And we,
Yeah.
like,
it just
ran
made
with it.
sense.
It was so much fun. I mean, we grew up listening to like Timbaland's beats and like Boyz II Men, and so that definitely had some influence.
I didn't realize you grew up listening to Boyz II Men. You must have been very excited when you met.
Oh my
Sean-
God, yeah.
Sean on the
Yeah,
second album.
totally.
Oh my God, and Shy, who did If I Ever Fall in Love. It's funny because when we had the phone call about what song we were going to do with Jason Derulo, I was like, there's a song I heard when I was a kid that like changed my life, and it was called If I Ever Fall in Love. And he was a huge fan of the song too, and so we ended up covering it for our album.
You got ahead of me. I was going to ask how that came about. How did Jason Derulo come into it? Because I don't know how many.
Kevin is
It's a funny
old.
story. Well, we were filming Dick Clark's New Year's Eve, and he was also performing. He was like walking by, and Kevin just went up to him and was like, "Hey man, I'm a huge fan. I'm from Pentatonix," and he was like, "I'm a fan of Pentatonix," and then they exchanged numbers. You never think that something like that would work, but it does. Because I'm way too
happen.
nervous. I would have never done that.
How come that was the one cover song you chose to? It is the only cover song on the album, right?
Yeah, on the
On the
main
stand.
album.
Yes, besides Deluxe.
Then there's 3 more on the deluxe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have the deluxe.
Oh, well, you can pre-order it on iTunes and Amazon.
I'm going to do that after this interview. What are the other covers that are on the deluxe version?
Lean On, Where Are You Now,
and
and
Cheerleader.
Yeah.
Oh, Cheerleader, of course, yes. But why was it this one song, but with Jason Derulo, that you sort of zeroed in as being like the main cover on an album that is not heavy on covers?
I think one of the reasons is because obviously Jason Derulo's on it, but it kind of fits the vibe of the album. It's
Yeah,
a
that
throwback
90s
type
throwback.
thing, and I don't know. Honestly, we're just in love with it so much that we're like, we have to put it on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't know what it was going to be when we first started with him. We were like, maybe this goes on his album. Maybe we just release it as a single. But it turned out so great, and it's so epic, and it represents what we do so much that we were like, this has to go on the album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Do you have any dream collaborators that you'd like to record with in the
So
future?
many.
We've got
Yeah.
Beyonce,
Okay.
We've
Imogen
got-
Heap. We want to do something with
Yeah.
Sarah Bareilles. I would
Yeah.
love to do
That
that.
would
Doing
be
something
really
with Kelly
cool.
would be really cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be
yeah.
awesome as well.
Have you got any of the wheels in motion for any of these? Or hopefully they'll watch this interview.
I mean,
Right.
maybe.
We just keep
Yeah.
throwing it out there into the universe.
Yeah. We'll start a vision board with all the artists we want to work with.
I think I recall another interview I did with you guys where you said that Beyonce songs were really hard to do.
No, Taylor Swift
Taylor
songs.
Swift.
Oh, Taylor
Yeah,
Swift
that's
songs.
hard,
Okay.
For no particular reason.
I'm surprised by
We
that.
just like we've tried to arrange her songs twice, and it like and we ended up
You just can't do it.
not
But I
finishing
feel
it.
like this new album we could do a lot more of because it's a
Yeah.
lot more pop leaning, and I think we can take that and
Yeah.
mess with it.
What do you think of Ryan Adams' album
I
version?
didn't
Oh my
hear it
gosh,
yet.
it's
Taylor
cool.
So good.
Is it good?
So
It's
good.
really
I've only
cool.
heard little bits and pieces. I don't like, it's really, really good though.
Yeah, I
It
need
was
to listen
stunning.
to it.
So I want to talk a bit about the single because I enjoyed the official video for "Can't Sleep Love," but then you made all these other individual versions
Yeah.
of it that I found. What was the inspiration to do these like individual versions of the video, which are a lot of fun?
I mean, I think that our group is very, we're all so different. And I think that, you know, our fans really latch on to one of us just because we are so different. And so we kind of just, we're just like, well, let's all just have our separate video. And it'd be
Well,
kind
it's
interesting
cool
to see
to
what we
see
all do.
exactly what people are doing at all
Yeah.
the different times. Because, you know, on the
Absolutely.
video, it cuts to obviously the highlights of the song and what, you know, the main part of what's going on. But it's interesting to see kind of what's going on the entire time.
Yeah.
So that's why we did
It
that.
can be educational.
Yeah.
Do your fans get into that? Do they get into like dissecting who's doing what
They
part? and how-
Yes.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, they're choir nerds just like we are, so they love seeing everyone's individual parts. And I bet we see a lot more covers because people are going to be able to learn their part because they can just watch Kirsty the whole time. And I think that's really cool. Also, the dancers kill it.
Yeah.
And
They're
you
amazing.
can't really see everything
They're
they're doing
so
in the main
good.
video, so now you can watch each room and see each dancer's entire routine. And it's really awesome.
Amazing.
When you say your fans are choir nerds, do you, I don't know, I guess I'd probably asked you this before, I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but do you have a lot of fans that say they started a cappella groups or got into a cappella?
All the time,
Yeah.
probably every day.
yeah.
I imagine there's some sing-off contestants that even were inspired to try out because
Oh,
of-
man.
I think so, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like there were.
Yeah.
Do you feel any responsibility as sort of, I mean, I'm hoping that we're seeing, you know, a new era of a cappella, and obviously Pitch Perfect has been very successful, but there hasn't, you're really kind of holding it down right now in terms of like mainstream pop a cappella success stories. Like, do you feel responsibility to like carry the a cappella torch, as it were?
I mean, I think we're just going to continuously do what we love to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And just make the music that we love. And we're just so thankful that people are, you know, receiving our music well.
Yeah.
I have to ask what you thought of the Pentatonix video.
Oh
Really,
my
really
gosh,
funny.
it was
Oh, it's so
funny.
great.
It was
Yeah.
so.
Oh,
Funny.
so full on.
funny.
It was so funny.
You know, it's hilarious. He
so
called
brilliant.
me and he was like, "Do you think that anyone in the group's gonna be offended by any of this? Because I like kind of make fun of y'all." And I was like, "No, it is
Absolutely
so
not.
It's
funny.
so
gosh.
funny.
Everyone
though.
will love it."
I died laughing.
Did your fans realize that he was doing it with love? Because I know they're loyal and they're protective of
Well, we
you.
all
I'm
tweeted it. And we were like,
Yeah,
"We
yeah,
love
yeah.
this." So
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
What
we
do you
would have been
think-
like, "What is this?" They would have then defended it.
Attacked.
What do you think he got best about like the little nuances?
Scott, hands
Yeah.
down. I think you got most of your nuances. Like
I think he got
so-
Avi's body rolls down. 100%.
I don't think I ever noticed that you did the body rolls until I saw Toxic Hall parody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, time
Yeah.
I
It's
say.
usually at live shows.
Yeah, I was going to say, come to the live show.
He got my height right and he got this right when I belt.
I like at the end when he was saying to subscribe.
That was so funny.
Crying.
Was that your real dog?
It was my real dog.
Did he just like go dog nap your dog?
He
for-
stole my dog. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. He asked for him.
And you trusted him with the dog.
Oh, he didn't ask me. Yeah,
Oh.
but
So it was a surprise.
it was a surprise for me to
That's
see
very
my,
cool.
my baby.
But it's interesting because Todrick is doing so well right now, and he, even though he was on American Idol, he became successful because of YouTube. And it's kind of similar to your story. Yes, you were on a show and you won a show, but it was really like YouTube that really put
Definitely.
you on the map. So I guess I would like to, I think that's sort of showing how there's a changing of the guard now, as a lot of people used to go on shows like American Idol or X Factor or whatever, hoping that would be their break.
Right.
So what advice do you have for people who are wanting to launch their careers this way on YouTube?
I would say have a particular vision, know your style, and know yourself well, and make sure that whatever you do, it's high quality.
Yeah, put a lot of thought and work into it because I feel like
Yeah.
those are the videos that like really shine and really stand out. Because if you have like bad audio quality, it's gonna be hard to hear. You know what I mean? If it's like pristine and perfect, people are gonna be like, "Wow, that's incredible and amazing! Look at all the work they put into it." And it's, you know, you're showing your brand in that way as well. So I think just work as hard as you can to make the best possible product.
Yeah, you can't be lazy.
Yeah.
Is it true, Scott, that you tried out for The Voice?
I tried out for American Idol, X Factor, The Voice. Tried out for them all, and I always got close, but yeah, I was always cut. And it's funny, but I think that it was all for a reason too, because when we auditioned for the Sing Off and it all came together and it happened, it just felt so right, and I was like thankful for that.
Had any other of you tried out individually for other reality singing competitions?
I tried out with Scott once.
For American Idol.
And our friend tried out as a joke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had tried out for America's Got Talent with an acapella group and also singing out with an acapella group and some other things, but yeah.
It's just hard, I feel like, with reality shows because so much of it is that you have to have a story. And I know, like,
Totally.
standing by Scott and seeing him so many years, it was always like he like almost made it when good at producers, but he didn't have a story. And I was like, well, you had an amazing family that always supported you and like you're talented. You know what I mean? So I think like everything kind of happened as it should and came together, and now
Yeah.
we have our own story.
Yeah. Well, the story is fascinating because I still find it kind of hard to believe that you guys came together so quickly. Like, is it true that you actually kind of all first rehearsed together like a day before the sing-off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
Like, how did that happen?
Well, Ben Bram and I, who had put the group together, we arranged a few songs and then sent out parts to everyone. And it's so funny thinking back on those emails. I was like, so Avi, you're gonna take this and that. That's just funny. And we all learned it, and then we met the day before and we just sang through it. And it actually was kind of magical. We all knew our parts. We were all really excited. And there was just a few things we had to fix.
So did you kind of know at that point you were onto something? Like, did you know right away that this was going to be?
No, not at all.
No, I don't
Not
think it
to
was
this
gonna be
magnitude.
that.
I think it was better than what we expected.
We knew it was special
I mean,
for sure.
yeah. Because we were just doing it for fun. It was just fun to put a group together and go on this reality show. Maybe we can do it. Maybe we, it'll be really fun to hang out for a while and have this new experience. And then I think on the show, as we solidified our sound and just kind of meshed together better, it like got really inspiring, and we wanted to keep doing it.
What made you want to try out for that show, given the fact that you had, like you just said, tried out for other shows in the past, like that you wanted to give this one another try, this world another try?
I mean, it was just, I don't think being rejected by any shows in the past ever made me feel like, oh, I probably should never do it again. You know what I mean? I was always just like auditioning for things and doing things. And when I asked them if they wanted to do Sing Off, they were down because it was just an excuse for us to all get together
We
again.
had like a little trio group together in high school.
in high school.
So
And
we
it
were
was
singing
just
for fun.
Yeah, it was just to kind of get together again and maybe be on a television show. And then it was after the first episode and then the second episode, we were like, whoa, this is something really special. I think we can actually compete in the music industry. And we all got really, really inspired.
Was there anyone, I imagine, who said, like, a cappella, like, that's not going to, you can't be in the music industry doing that?
Yeah, our entire career still to this day.
To
Yeah, I
this
mean,
day?
we were dropped from a label within like a week after the show. It was
Oh, that's right.
and that was the reasoning. Acapella can't do this, and that's it. I think it's kind of awesome though because it gives us a competitive spirit.
Maybe they didn't want to have a deal with the sing-off if they didn't want to sign an a cappella group, because that's sort of what
I
the
know.
show
Well, it was a
was.
weird thing where like the head of the label switched in the middle of the show,
Okay.
so it was like,
But I mean, I imagine just from the beginning, people have said like you should be in a band or you should just do more traditional stuff. How did you know to stick to this? That this was what you should be doing?
I mean, this is what makes us special.
Right.
You know, it's like this. Like no one else does this in mainstream. You know, and so there's no point for us to lose that.
that's what we're
Right.
good at.
Yeah.
Very good at it. So I'm going to put you guys on the spot. I want each of you to say what your favorite video you've ever done is and why.
Okay.
Oh man.
Avi?
There's many to choose from, obviously.
The first one that came to my mind was Radioactive. It just has a really cool vibe, and it was a really chill video to do. Like, it wasn't extremely stressful, and it just turned out really, really well. And I think that was a very pivotal point in our career where we started really gaining subscribers like crazy.
My favorite was Daft Punk just because it was really theatrical. You know, they had like the wigs and the contacts and all the stuff, and it just kind of showed every single person doing exactly what they were doing. There wasn't, I mean, besides, I guess, the theatricality on the face, there wasn't a lot of stuff going on, so you could, pinpoint everything that was going on. It was cool. That's a favorite.
I think that I really, really love Evolution of Beyonce. I mean, I like them all for different reasons, but that one was fun because it was just like a completely live one-shot take. And I remember after it was done, I probably watched it 200 times because I had been wanting to do a Beyonce medley for so long, and it just turned out so great.
One of my favorites is the NSYNC medley. I find myself like going back to that one often just because I feel like it's so musical what we did with the arrangement,
Yes.
and
Oh
I'm
my
just so proud of it.
Yeah, I'd probably say Evolution of Michael Jackson. I mean, I've been a Michael Jackson fan my whole life, and so to be able to honor his career at this very pivotal time where, it was really, really awesome to be able to do that.
Very cool. Which one is the one that you think is most popular with the fans? Is it Daft Punk or is it a different one?
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that has the most views, but like, what's the cult classic one that like the real fans
classic
love?
one.
I
Classic.
feel like kind of that one.
Oh
though.
man, yeah, I feel like that's the most mainstream one, but I feel
Like Love Again.
Yeah, our fans love
Yeah,
Again.
that's true.
And like E.T. and like some of the sing-off
Sing-off
performances
stuff, yeah.
are like, I always see tweeted and stuff.
We mentioned, I asked if Daft Punk had ever reacted to the Daft Punk medley, but do you have any other good stories about other people you've covered who have reached out or said that they liked what you've done?
Yeah.
I mean, Gautier, our producer, kind of met Gautier in a bar, and he just kind of talked to him about the cover, and he said, "Oh, he really liked it." So there's that. I mean, Beyonce posted our Evolution of Beyonce medley. Did I say Beyonce?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought I said something completely different. I don't know why. I literally thought
That would be blasphemy.
Yeah, Adam Levine, so many people. So it's cool to get that kind of validation that what we're doing is working.
Totally.
Yeah, very cool. Well, obviously you have validation. You have a Grammy. You had
I'm thankful.
third or fourth best-selling album of last year. What's next for you guys? What's the next hurdle to climb?
First best-selling album.
Having
next year.
having like a top 40 single or a top 10 single or a number 1 single, like just having something that plays on the radio a lot is like mainstream.
What's been the reaction to Can't Sleep Love or radio? Is radio willing to embrace an a cappella single?
More than we thought.
Yeah.
More than we thought, for sure.
We've obviously had help from the label, but it's been playing on like Sirius Hits 1 a lot, and then it's starting to get added to different radio stations. I've heard it a couple times. It's super cool.
I'm gonna call up my station and request it now.
Yes.
Oh, yay.
Then go on iTunes and get the deluxe version of the album. I just want to say it's been wonderful watching your journey from when I was watching and blogging the Sing Off to when you came to Yahoo and just like sang in our office.
Yeah.
So like now you're like huge and you Grammy winners. It's just like it's been really exciting to watch everything that's happened for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
Yahoo!